my brain is going to keep reminding me of things. Don't forget about this. Oh, you got to do that. Don't forget you also have to do this. But I know if it's written down and it's scheduled, I can just let that thought go. Oh, don't forget you got to change your Facebook group banner. Yep. But that's Wednesday's task, right? And today's only Monday, so I can let it go. I don't have to task switch and now go do that, right? So having that schedule when you're going to do everything is super freaking helpful. Do you feel like your to-do list is never ending and you are so overwhelmed by all the things you have to do? You have no idea how to prioritize and what to do first. You're about to watch a snippet from a YouTube live replay where I talked about my favorite time blocking hacks, specifically how I organize my ADHD brain and the millions of things that I have to do into a pared down, easy to handle schedule, and then time block the things I have to do in a way that supports me, not only as a business owner, but as a human being. But first, hello. If we haven't met yet, my name is Lindsay Johnson, AKA the Radical Connector. I'm a consent-based sales coach for new and scaling entrepreneurs who want to figure out how the heck to get themselves in front of the right people, the customers, the clients who are already looking for you with money in hand, and co-create that sales journey together. While you're here, please subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so that you get alerted when I go live or post new videos, and obviously like this video and give me some love in the comments section so the algorithm loves me back and shows this video to more new entrepreneurs who need time blocking tips. So this is a really favorite one of mine, especially for folks who are juggling multiple things. Like maybe you have more than one business, maybe you have a business and a job, maybe you have a business and other responsibilities. A lot of people do a lot of volunteer and charity work. They sit on boards, they have children, right? So time blocking is going to be a real lifesaver for you. But I also want to remind you that time blocking looks like different things for different people. If you're not familiar with time blocking, it's just how you block off chunks of time to work on things, whatever that looks like. All right. And that gets to be designed by you in the way that's done for you. There's a lot of people out here talking about different ways of time blocking, and there's no one right way, right? You can do it by hour in your schedule. You can do it by day. You can do it by task. You can do it by brain mode, what you're working on in your brain, right? I'm going to talk about how I time block for my brain. Because for me, being like ADHD, neurospicy, whatever, you know, I have been and am learning to really work with my brain versus fight with my brain or expect things from my brain that I'll never get. And so then I've been playing with different ways of time blocking to find which way works for me. I also am a big believer in like not being stressed out. And so if I'm doing things that are causing a lot of stress and strain or just feel like frick no, I don't want to do this, then I work it into my plan. I don't force myself to do things I don't want to do. So here are some of my favorite ways of time blocking, and I would love to hear yours in the comments. So if you currently time block, I'd love for you to throw some of your tips in the comments for us. If you want to learn how to time block, again, throw in the comments and tell us, what are you struggling with most? Where are you becoming aware of a bottleneck in your business, but also in your life, right? So the first thing that I do is I make a list of everything that I have to do, all the things that are on my brain, right? As entrepreneurs, we have a lot to do. I will tell you right now that we will all die with a to-do list that's a mile long. There's always something to do. And so it's like, it's you got to get really good at being like, this would be nice to do someday, but it's not going to make or break my business. So it's not that urgent, right? So I make a list of all the things that are in my brain. And then I prioritize that list based on this needs to get done. This is something I would like to get done eventually. If you're able to outsource, this is something I can outsource, right? Or this is something that is kind of bugging me, but if I'm honest, I haven't done it till now. And if I do, and I've been fine. I don't have to, right? This is also where I look at what I can simplify. I have a tendency to get really complicated. For a person who takes complex tasks and breaks them into simple step by steps, I sure do like to overcomplicate my own stuff a lot. So I've also, my word for 2024, by the way, is simplify. If you don't make a word for the year, you got it. If you do have a word for the year, tell me in the comments. Mine is simplify. All right. And so I'm laughing because if I were my own client, I would be like, what are you doing? You're making this so complicated. I have to do that for myself as well. So I prioritize and I look at what I can simplify. Lindsay, does it have to be a custom branded, designed, beautiful PDF that you design here and blah, blah? Or can you just put it on Google Docs and people can just save a copy and they can do whatever they want with it, right? Like, relax. All right. So once I have it prioritized, then I make myself a schedule. I go, all right, what are the things I need to do, especially in like, I have to do this before I can do this. And then once that's done, then I can do this. Okay. So I start to make a schedule. And one of the things, again, that I have learned from just being a human being is that we tend to give ourselves way too much to do. Like, way too much to do, totally unreasonable. We tend to view our businesses as building them in a bubble, as if our real life or outside of our businesses don't affect us and don't need things from us. And so I have learned to stretch out my timelines, to give myself 1, 2, max 3 things a day. And those 3 things are not going to be big, maybe one big thing, 2 small things a day, right? Because I still have to do things like work out, cook, eat, like take care of things around the house, socialize, right? Sleep. So I can't give myself hours and hours and hours of work, right? Also, my brain burns out pretty quick. If you are somebody who struggles with executive dysfunction, right, you know that your brain sometimes just won't work or it fizzles out quickly, right? So I make myself a schedule, but I stretch things out and give myself more time. This is also why I'm saying we need to simplify and we need to look at what really doesn't matter. Like, really, we don't need to do this, right? So we stretch that out, and that's what I do. I schedule things. Here's what I like with the scheduling. I'll get to the time blocking in a second because we're still just like looking at our to-do list right now. But what I like with scheduling is my brain is going to keep reminding me of things. Don't forget about this. Oh, you got to do that. Don't forget you also have to do this. But I know if it's written down and it's scheduled, I can just let that thought go. Oh, don't forget you got to change your Facebook group banner. Yep. But that's Wednesday's task, right? And today's only Monday, so I can let it go. I don't have to task switch and now go do that, right? So having that schedule when you're going to do everything is super freaking helpful. And now I get into time blocking. Now I get into, okay, like when am I going to block out time in my schedule to do these things? And again, no task switching. I'm not going from one thing to the other. I'm saying from 12 o'clock until 2 o'clock, I'm making this email sequence, right? Or from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m., I am answering all the emails that I've been collecting for the week because I hate answering emails, right? So I block off this time, and that's the only thing I'm doing. No task switching. And when it comes to things like emails or like answering DMs or comments and things on social media, I don't do that all day, every day, right? Like I'll usually answer emails in the morning and then I'll have a quick look again at night before I log off for the evening, right? To make sure I haven't missed anything urgent. And that's it. I don't like every time I get an email, I must go respond. I don't. But what I do force myself to do, my brain to do, is when I'm in that hour answering emails, I answer them. I don't say, oh, I'll do this one later. I'll get to this one another day. Oh, I got to think about the answer. No, I answer them. I get through as many as I can in that time, then that's it. Then I wait till the next time, and then I go through as many as I can, and then that's it, right? Something you can do if it's really helpful for you so you feel less pressure is put an autoresponder up. This says, thank you for your email. You'll hear back from me in X amount of days, right? Or if you don't want an autoresponder, because that goes to every single person, right? You could just, like, I have signatures saved in Outlook. You can have a template or a signature where you literally just grab it and send it. Click, thank you for email. You'll hear back from me in X amount of days, right? It's just a way of automating your thinking. Anyways, so I answer my emails twice a day, and on social, I only go through 2, maybe 3 times a day. And I go to Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and TikTok, and I go, okay, what are my DMs? What are my pieces, like where people have been engaging with my content that I could answer it, right? These are the 2 biggest things that'll suck my time away: social media and email. They will suck my day away, and I need to focus on other things, right? The other thing I do with time blocking is I have set days where I have meetings, podcast interviews, speaking, training, seeing clients, running my membership stuff. Those happen Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those days are my days for working. Monday and Friday are my days for like me stuff, right? Working on my behind the scenes, getting emails scheduled and sent out, getting social posts scheduled, catching up on those emails, creating any kind of content or anything behind the scenes I have to do. I do that on Mondays and Fridays. Sometimes on Fridays, I don't even do anything. Sometimes if I have a busy week, Fridays, I just watch TV or go play with friends or go walk at the water. I don't do anything, right? again, I leave them open so that I can support myself and my business in the way that makes the most sense for me, is the most effective for me, and the most feel good for me. Mondays, I love scheduling all my stuff for myself on Mondays because I never get the Sunday blues, because I know I can sleep in if I need to. I have no meetings that day. It allows me to ease into my week in a really gentle way. Then I get shit done. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, business, business, business. And then Friday, I can usually look ahead and go, okay, I'm really busy. I think I'm going to take Friday off, right? Or I'm going to keep working on Friday, and then the weekend I'm doing nothing, right? Again, work with your energy levels. I'll sometimes work on Saturdays because Friday I'm pretty kaput, tired. I take that day off. And then Saturdays I'll get some work done, right? So again, it's just knowing your capacity, your executive function, how things work best for you and your timing, and then scheduling things in accordingly. But make sure that you are taking that time to write that to-do list, prioritize it, and get real with the stuff that doesn't really need to be done. You haven't done it up until now. It's not going to make or break your business. Okay. Make or break. Okay. And no task switching. Once it's written out, that's it. Stick to it. Okay. Oh, I was going to add one more thing on here. I'm just checking my notes. I do like to make my list the night before, my to-do list, so I'm not up all night thinking about it, as the ADHD brain is wont to do. I have these really cute pads I made for myself. I do sometimes sell them. I usually actually send them to like clients and things as a little thank you. But this is my little priority pad that I made. I got some hot chocolate on the top of it. And this is where I list my top 3 priorities. 10-minute magic. This is my favorite. 10-minute magic is the stuff that we can do in 10 minutes or less, but like put off because for whatever reason, we just keep putting it off. Like literally it was like, water my plants, and I need to do it. These poor guys are starting to get droopy. I need to water my plants. But it's like, okay, set a timer for 10 minutes, throw on some music, and like, what is the thing you're going to do? And so I like to put my 10-minute magic in here because I know this is what I need to do. And then I always have a person I want to connect with on here as well. So I know at the end of the day, I write this at the end of my workday. And then the next day, when this is all done and all checked off, holy crap, do I feel friggin' good and accomplished. I always make the next day's to-do list the day before. My one last night, I made one, and it's not just for today. This is for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for me because I have a lot to do. But like I just also put it in my phone, right? And here's my to-do list, but this is over the next 3 days. But it's like I'm just, check, 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 one at a time. Whatever you got to do, keep your brain organized. Oh, and then the last thing I put, eat, drink, move my body. That's another thing that's really essential to time blocking and also to being productive. Eat, drink, move my body. I know if I don't eat food, my brain won't work. If I don't drink water, my brain won't work. If I don't move my body, my brain won't work. All of this because I have less energy. But also at the same time, if you're ADHD, you somehow weirdly have lots of energy because the brain is just spinning, or the anxiety, the blood is pumping, right? I'm like, oh, there's my fidget spinner, right? And so eat, drink, move my body. I have to make sure that I'm allowing for time to eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner, right? Drink lots of water or tea, and then go for walks. I have a little mini home gym here at my home. Lift some weights, go for some walk, do some stretching. I need to do that. Otherwise, I can't just sit at my computer and move. I need for my brain to eat, drink, move my body. Holy crap. That was a long one. There's my time blocking tips. There you go. So now that you've gotten some of my time blocking tips, what's next? Hey, editing Lindsay here. Don't mind me. It's been a beautiful, glorious day in Vancouver today, and it was so sunny and so warm, and I've spent the day outside playing. I've had a quick shower. I've come in to edit a quick YouTube video, and I wanted to come in and tell you what is next. Now that you know my favorite time blocking tips, what do you do with that? I have a couple of options for you. If you are new to my world, the first thing is to head down into the description and grab my free business course, 4 business building basics every entrepreneur needs to know. This is where I'm going to take you through the basics that you need to know for getting yourself in front of the right people, the people who are already looking for you, and make it clear and easy for them to buy for you. If you are looking for some more support, please check out Irresistible Entrepreneurs Academy. That is my 8-week business school for entrepreneurs who want to learn my fast acting, loyalty building, can't get enough of you marketing and sales strategies so that you can grow your business faster. And if you're anything like me, put your computer away and go play outside with your friends. In the meantime, remember to subscribe to my channel, click that bell so you get notified when I post new videos. I go live every single month where I answer your burning business questions. So if you got one, throw it in the comment section for me and I will answer it in an upcoming live that we do or in its very own video. And as always, I've got 2 more videos on deck for you to watch, so you can click those to keep the good times going. And friends, remember, if you're like me and you got a spicy brain, or you're just very busy and sometimes it's really hard for you to stay on top of the things that you're trying to get accomplished, time blocking is all about how you make it work for you. Don't get locked into any one system, and just because it didn't work this week doesn't mean it won't work next week or you can't try it in a slightly different way. Keep playing with different ways of time blocking until you find a way that works for you. Now get out there and be amazing.